Now I know, Tina, we talked before we went on air about your history. And even though you are I won't say the pinnacle because there's so much more to you. There's so much left, and just put it out there and claim it.
Yes.
But you're at a level of success right now. But this is not how you began. And this segment, if nothing else, the purpose, or one of the purposes of Women Winning Wednesdays, is to give particularly the women who are watching a glimpse of what an empowered woman looks like. And myself included, it wasn't easy to get to where we are now. I have a successful law firm, but wasn't always the case. And there's growth pains and all that. Give us like a couple of just the real tough roadblocks that you had, that it wasn't just rosy for Tina Marie Marshall. Give us a couple.
I have a girlfriend who always says, life and my mom and my family never promised me a crystal staircase. There's never a crystal staircase before me. So again, coming up from the hood, very urban area, product of Palmer Park, Maryland, Landover. It was never a rich neighborhood, a wealthy area. But I came from that, overcame that, went to school, public school system, Prince George's County, Parkdale graduate, class of 92. Never had a college opportunity. I was able to take a few classes here that I could, pay for with grants and essays that I was able to write, and win a couple $1,000. So I took a few classes at Montgomery College at night. But I always worked. I always knew that, okay, I have to work, and working is paying the benefits. It's reaping the benefits. I'm seeing the efforts pay off. So I just kept working, stay at a job a few years and move up. Got married, was, divorced. So that is my testimony. It wasn't for me. At that time in my life, it was not for me. So I made the decision to walk away from a $500,000 house in 2007 when the market was crashing. I put my house up for sale. I wanted a divorce, and the house went to foreclosure. I said, hurry up, bank, foreclose on it. I don't care. It's just a vessel that was meant for a family. So now that family is no longer in place, let me move forward. I'm not going to sit here and cry and, pass out. I picked myself up and said, okay, Lord, what's next? And he said, if I gave it to you before, I can give it to you again. I stayed faithful. I went out there, partied, enjoyed myself, lived my life, reset my feet to what God's purpose was. And, I always had a heart for the Lord and things, for God. So he put me back on the path. And then my beautiful, baby girl, she came along a few years later, after trying for about 8 years. Nothing happened in my marriage. And then she came after marriage, so such is life. But I didn't at any point feel like this is too big for me. I always felt like, okay, God, what's next? What's next? I'm never, ever really sitting around idle.